Hannah met Jamie in the summer of 2010. It was Hannah's 21st birthday, and she and her friends went to a club. They wanted to dance, but they didn't like the music. So Hannah went to speak to the DJ. "This music is awful," she said. "Could you play something else?" The DJ looked at her and said, "Don't worry, I have the perfect song for you." 2 minutes later, he said, "The next song is by Scooting for Girls. It's called Blue as Your Eyes, and it's for a beautiful girl who's dancing over there." Hannah knew that the song was for her. When Hannah and her friends left the club, the DJ was waiting for her at the door. "Hi, I'm Jamie," he said to Hannah. "Can I see you again?" So Hannah gave him her phone number. The next day, Jamie called Hannah and invited her to dinner. He took her to a very romantic restaurant, and they talked all evening. Although the food wasn't very good, they had a wonderful time. After that, Jamie and Hannah saw each other every day. Every evening, when Hannah finished work, they met at 5:30 in a coffee shop on Bridge Street. They were madly in love. One evening in October, Hannah was at work. As usual, she was going to meet Jamie at 5:30. It was dark and it was raining. She looked at her watch. It was 5:20. She was going to be late. She ran to her car and got in. At 5:25, she was driving along Bridge Street. She was going very fast because she was in a hurry. Suddenly, a man crossed the street. He was wearing a dark coat, so Hannah didn't see him at first. Quickly, she put her foot on the brake and stopped the car before colliding with the man. She got out of the car, furious and a little worried, and started yelling at the man. "What is wrong with you? I almost hit you with the car. If I hadn't braked fast, a fatal accident would have happened," she said. The man didn't respond. At that moment, Hannah realized that the man was crying. "Why are you crying? Are you okay? Something happened to you?" she said. "I'm fine. I'm just looking for my son. By any chance, haven't you seen him?" he said. The man began to tell her that half an hour ago he and his son were taking a walk in the park that was 2 streets away from there, and suddenly, while they were eating an ice cream, he received a call and separated a little from the child. When the call ended, he realized that his son was no longer there, and he began to look for him like crazy. That's why he was careless and he didn't look to both sides before crossing the street. Hannah, seeing how worried and affected the man was by the situation, decided to help him in the search for his son. Hannah parked the car on the side of the street and she started walking with the gentleman. While they continued with the search for the child, Hannah received a call from Jamie, who was worried that she hadn't made it to their date. She explained the situation to him and asked him to apologize her for not arriving to the date. He told her not to worry and to tell him exactly where she was. And 20 minutes later, Jamie arrived and also joined to the search. After approximately 30 minutes of walking through some of the streets near to the park, they found the little boy sitting on a bench. He was crying. The man thanked Hannah and Jamie for their help in finding the child and they left. Hannah offered to take Jamie home and he accepted. On the road, Jamie says, "It was not the day I expected, but at least it had a good ending, right?" Hannah laughed. After talking for a while, they decided to have a date the next day that they could both get to on time. Finally, they went to a beautiful restaurant and had an amazing dinner.